Hello, beautiful people, and welcome once again to Lina Mystic. I cannot wait to get into this intuitive, powerful message. Today's spirit animal is going to be the Sandpiper. The Sandpiper looks beautiful in this image. I actually had no idea what a Sandpiper was until this came out today. So let's get to know a little bit about the Sandpiper. Sandpipers are often found around lakes, rivers, open wooded country areas, and even beaches, which is pretty cool. And they are very well known for their nervous tick where they shake their tails. They're also well known for being almost very territorial. They really like their space and they're protective over that space, and they can get a little aggressive when they feel they're threatened. I don't think that we would have problems with that being humans, unless we're really trying to threaten them, which we're probably not, because why would you want to hurt a Sandpiper? What is wrong with you? But they're pretty small birds, they're adorable, they're pretty cool, and it could be rare that you even see them or notice them as Sandpipers. When it comes to spiritual purposes and meanings, they often symbolize going a great distance for your goals and trying to obtain success. They're also known for problem solving, so that could also symbolize you in an aspect as well. You being a great problem solver, and you being great at critical thinking, and being able to figure out things and resources that you need in situations. So if you have been needing a little push to get along, if you've been needing some inspiration, some motivation, this video could be life-changing for you, very helpful. So let's go ahead and get started on this pick a card where you get to pick which section will most resonate with you. We're gonna do a few sections and you're just gonna pick whichever one your heart feels drawn to. So if you need to pause this video, take a deep breath in, think of a number, go ahead and do that so we can get started. And remember, always listen to your intuition. It's very powerful.
Hey guys, so this is the first group. This is going to be green aventurine, one of my favorite crystals. It's absolutely beautiful, oh my god. And then we have selenite, or scientifically called satin spar, for group 2. Really great for clearing out energy in other crystals if you have them, and yourself as well. And then we have the beautiful raw tiger's eye. This is also another one of my favorites. To be honest, all 3 of these groups have some of the best crystals ever, but I'm very, very biased because they're my crystals. So, whatever. But which group are you going to pick? Group 1, 2, or 3?
Hello friends who picked group 1. This is green aventurine. Such a beautiful crystal, isn't it? Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. I love crystals. Anyone who knows me knows that. I probably have way too many of them. But who can judge? So let's get started, green aventurine. I can already tell by picking green aventurine that you're working on your money and you're working on your heart. Okay, so that's very powerful. So what does the Sandpiper want to tell you? Let's see. So just breathe in right now and set your intentions for the message you are wondering about. Ask your question, breathe in fresh air. Give yourself love at this time. So, Sandpiper already has the message of be playful on it. Don't let yourself take everything so serious. So there could be some Capricorns in here, some Libras even, and definitely some Scorpio vibes it's giving. So let's see. It seems and appears that oftentimes you self-sabotage. Self-sabotage just means that you kind of throw yourself under the bus on your own without anyone ever having to do anything. Maybe you let your past get to you. Maybe you were told as a child that you were incapable of things, or maybe you should try something more conventional instead of being so unconventional. Maybe you dress differently and it made people feel uncomfortable, and they put that burden on you to be like the typical person, the typical thing. And that was very unfair for you, you know, very, very unfair for you. And now it's kind of like this inner voice that you have that you cannot do this something. It's almost like you want and you have these big goals, but there's something blocking you often from it. And it really is the beliefs that other people put on you that you carry around in your suitcase, around with you, in your baggage. So this is a great time for you to have more fun so that you can kind of just release that stuff. Like, I feel like there's more fun needed at this time. There's a sense of, I don't feel completely safe in myself. I don't feel completely secure in myself. And it's because these little things need to be tended to, you know? You need to attend to the simple things. You need to pay attention to what your heart is really asking you for at this time. It appears that your heart and your root chakra are struggling the most. And with both of those struggling, it's almost like you feel this lack of self-love, this lack of love, or maybe you just started working on that self-love. Maybe you're starting to take yourself out on dates. Maybe you're starting to read more and be in your own energy. Whatever the case is, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done here. And you really just need to unwind. And I think sometimes the healing is taken so serious. I need to seriously heal this. But the need is to have more fun, be more creative, unwind, dance a little bit like this image, flow with the wind. And I think that sometimes you often struggle with flowing and you instead plan things out thoroughly. Maybe this is a good time to find something that you don't have to plan out. Find an activity you don't have to plan out so that you don't have to plan every single little detail of your life. Maybe even your parents had every little detail written out and you are trying to break free from that. This is a lot of pressure that you have on yourself. And it's just too much. I mean, even with the ego coming out, it says the illusion of being trapped. So you have this illusion that you have to do this certain thing this certain way, or you have to be this certain person that someone told you had to be. But the reality is, you're not trapped at all. It's fully up to you. It just seems like with all these outer voices that you have this thing you have to do, like almost like you're chained unless you do those things. And even still, you're not just trained, but you're still trapped and you're still chained, and it's just a painful cycle. I feel like for too long you have tried to be what other people have expected of you. And it's almost like everyone's telling you who to be, but you're like, can I discover that? Can I figure out who I am, or what is important to me, or what I like to eat? Something as simple as what I like to eat, instead of you telling me that I should go to these restaurants or eat this food. And it's almost like you struggle to figure out who you are, like even the smallest things, because everything has been taught to you to be so serious, to be so uptight, and you've gotten used to that, and you've almost claimed it as your personality. But the reality is, you are more free-spirited than a lot of people. And I think that the people in your life have seen the energy of your free spirit, and it has scared them because they want to make sure that you have a sense of security. But with you trying to literally do things detail to detail, it's creating this unsafe feeling, this unsafe blockage, like almost like I'm always going to be unsafe. It's created this fear almost like. So if you can have more fun, if you can experience more beauty, it will bring more safety and security to you. There's just way too much of a burden on that root chakra. There's way too much of a burden on your heart chakra because you haven't even identified exactly who you are. And with the Sandpiper spirit already saying be playful, is begging you to add more fun into your life. I mean, it seems like there's all work, there's all school, there's all no play, there's all bills, there's all, like, everything is so serious. And your spirit is saying, this is not life. This is not how life is supposed to be. And with you taking things so serious, you're almost sabotaging exactly who you are. You are someone who is playful, someone who is enjoyable, but it's almost like you're pushing people away because you're like, oh, you're having too much fun, and I need to be serious. I need to make sure I have this legacy for my family. You can still have a legacy and have fun in your life. I mean, the whole point of building a legacy is so that people can have fun, right? And I almost see this image of some people who have children, and they're taking life so serious that they forget to play with their children. And the whole intention is for them to make all of this money, to get all these material things so that their children can have a great life. But what if your child just wants you? What if that is what brings them that joy that they're looking for, that they need in their life, you know? So think about that. Think about that this legacy that you're creating is more materialistic, possibly, instead of spiritual, instead of mental, instead of emotional. Allow yourself to add more of that spiritual world into your life. And don't even make it so structured. Like, you're kind of the type of person that would be like, oh, let me add more spiritual activity into my life. I'm going to pray at 8 a.m. I'm going to meditate for 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be so structured. So keep that in mind. Support. Your life purpose fully supports you. So no matter what you're doing, please allow yourself to make it fun, make it enjoyable, make it creative to you without putting a structure on it. Okay, have a little fun. Get unwind a bit. Like, it's almost like taking off, women know what I'm talking about, but it's almost like women taking off your bra at the end of the day. It feels great. Just let them free, you know? Dudes are probably like, what is she talking about? Just imagine there's a wire underneath you or on you, and you've had it on all day, and then you get home and you're still wearing this wire. That is not healthy. That's not good. It doesn't feel good. Take it off. Let it run free. Okay, guys? Let it run free. Make sure that you have at least one safe place, if you can, that is somewhere that you just get to be who you are. Somewhere where you get to identify who you are. And you don't have to be just a structured person. As in, you don't have to be emo all the time. If you don't want to be emo all the time, you can be a fairy other times. Like, whatever you want to do, you can be that. There's no box that you have to fit in. And I think a lot of people get that confused. Like, some people, they're like, let me figure out my fashion style. Your fashion style doesn't need to be one style. It doesn't need to fit into one category. It can fit into a plethora of categories. So keep that in mind. You're not just one box. You're a bunch of boxes. And some days you're going to want to dig in this box, and some days you're going to want to dig in that box, and that's okay. That's okay. We're all mad here. I love this card. Everyone is a little different. See, it's saying to let yourself be different. Let yourself tap into different things. Let yourself explore who you are at this time. That's where this feeling of unsafe, that's where this feeling of non-security is coming from, because you are shutting off pieces of yourself, which is making you not whole, not feel whole. Justice. Justice is saying, take time to review the details carefully. It says you will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. I love this. So if you can allow yourself to have a little bit of fun, let yourself explore who you are, you'll be able to make clearer decisions because you actually know what your basis is, your foundation is. You're like, oh, this is who I am. So of course this resonates more with me. When you cannot figure out what resonates with you or what you want to do, it's very good to have fun, because when you're having fun is when you figure out who you are. It's where you identify even your personal power. There's a lot of moments that will help you identify who you are, but having fun is a really powerful one. It's high vibrational. 3 of Summer. News worth celebrating. So you're going to make great choices. It's okay. You don't have to be so uptight. Wouldn't it be beautiful if you could just be free while waiting for decisions to be made, or be free and then make a decision instead of being so uptight and still making the same decision? Like, you can choose to be happier during this. You don't have to be so non-happy. You don't have to be so stern, so serious. You can have fun. It's okay. It's safe to be fun. It's safe to have fun. Announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births, friends you cherish. Make sure to celebrate yourself at this time, okay? Make sure to celebrate yourself at this time. I feel like you're the type of person very similar to me where you may get a degree or something and then you go to school for something else right after without celebrating yourself. Or where you may complete this big goal or this big task and then it's like, okay, I'm going to celebrate myself for 5 minutes today and, you know, I already need to do this next thing. Try to set time aside for you to celebrate yourself. Take yourself out. And if you don't have much money, taking yourself somewhere special that is sacred and free to you. Okay? Overall, I believe your biggest message from the Sandpiper is to live. to live, to allow your life to be full of experiences and beauty and not this stress. When people have traumatic childhoods or have to grow up sooner or are in survival mode most of their life, it's difficult to transition back into this thrive and live and fun and free, spirited life. So keep in mind that you are not living in those past moments anymore, and that you are free from that, and that you can continue your life. You can continue your life in the way that you feel you deserved when you were younger, or you feel you deserved in the past, okay? So have more fun. Have more fun. Sing a little. Watch a musical. If you don't like the singing in musicals, that even tells you that you're way too uptight, okay? So if you don't like when people randomly break out in song, that tells you that you need to live a little, have a little bit more fun. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to step out there and say, you know what? I'm gonna go out with the girls tonight. And if you're so far ahead and you haven't made any friends yet, definitely go out to somewhere where you can find people your age. Maybe the library, maybe your school, maybe your job. Be open. Allow yourself to be open. Okay? And no more self-sabotaging. No more telling yourself that you are not worthy, or that you can't have fun right now, or that you don't have time for happiness. Allow yourself to enjoy life. I promise you, better things are coming when you have more fun. And I love you guys so much. And now we're going to go to group 2. See ya. Group 2, you pick Satin Spar. This is actually really called Satin Spar, but most people call it selenite. It is gorgeous. Selenite is more glassy. This one, obviously, you can't really see through it. So this is the Satin Spar version. Gorgeous, gorgeous crystal. This is great for connecting to your crown chakra. This is great for clearing all of your chakras, even cleansing your crystals. It's good for clearing your crystals as well, and all that energy. It's really good. I like to put it at my crown chakra. I like to sleep with it sometimes. Sometimes I find that I am astral projecting when I put this near my head while I sleep, so that's also pretty awesome. But let's go ahead and get into your message. The theme of this reading is Sandpiper, and it says be more playful. So don't be afraid to have a little fun. Let's see what comes out. Put that up there. All right. So it seems that you may be going through a difficult time right now. Some of you just lost someone very dearly to you. This could be a breakup. This could be someone who passed on into another realm. There's a few things going on here. A lot of loneliness, even stomach aches, stomach pains, even sickness, you know, immunity getting weaker is what I feel as well. So we kind of want to clear out that energy. We want to clear out that energy. So what are some ways that we can clear out energy that is too heavy and too stagnant? Dancing. And that's what came out. It says dance with the universe. I know you may feel that you don't have anything to dance about or for, but I think that sometimes we have to create our own happiness. I really do believe that. And I think that you also have this beautiful power of making dreams come true and making things become reality for you. So own that mastery. Return back into your higher power, your higher self, and to your intuition. You are remarkably intuitive, especially with you picking group 2. You're remarkably intuitive. And I think that the sadness has clouded your intuition and has made you feel incapable of, you know, just getting out of where you are right now. And a lot of times when we feel that we can't get out, it's because, you know, we can't imagine ourselves out. We can't use that third eye to show us a way out. We can't use that third eye to reveal to us that we're not always going to be here. But you have to have faith in this journey. You have to have faith in this journey. What is this journey teaching you? Struggle a lot of the time really has a way of teaching us something remarkable. Maybe you are ready to return back to yourself. Maybe you have to learn how to deal with your energy at this time if you went through a breakup. Maybe you have to learn how to deal with your own energy.
and how to empower yourself. Maybe this person that you were with made you feel good, but have you been able to provide that feeling good to yourself? How can you provide that feeling good to yourself? Because you are totally capable of it, but what's your superpower that you're identifying at this time? Those of you who lost someone that you loved by them passing, maybe this is the time to tap into your mediumship abilities. Maybe this is the time to tap more into the spiritual realm. Maybe this is a sign for that. In home, this is definitely a sign to take great care of your home. Not only your home, but your sacred self, who you are as an individual. Feeding yourself the foods that nourish you. No longer just dieting, what I think is what it's called, but dieting, but more so incorporating those things into your daily diet instead of calling it dieting. Incorporating these things into your daily life, not just cleaning on Sundays, but cleaning throughout the week, putting things back as you go. So this is kind of just proper maintenance for yourself. You're just keeping up with your self-maintenance at this time. The sadness that you have, it's saying open the doors. Literally open the doors. So let's say that you're in your room a lot. Open the doors. You know, let some fresh air in. Open the windows. If it's a little chilly, let the breeze come in. Dance with the breeze. And I know that you may be thinking, how the am I going to do this when that just happened? You can do it. I have dealt with depression and deep sadness a lot in my life, and I will tell you it is hard as hell to open up the doors. It's hard as hell to open up the windows. It's hard as hell to clean when you're dealing with deep sadness, but it's exactly what gets you out of it as well. So have the courage to step out there, to explore life, to explore yourself and explore the people around you. Have the courage to accept help from others, and don't be afraid to re-identify who you are. Maybe you're not the same person that you were before you lost this person, this thing. Maybe you were someone completely different, and it's okay to no longer resonate with that person that you were. It's okay. It's okay. You're not that person anymore. That thing has changed you. We totally get it. Maybe it was some type of trauma that changed you. It is so difficult dealing with major changes. But I will tell you, you're going to love yourself so much if you just begin to look into yourself and identify who you are today versus who you were yesterday. And who you're going to be tomorrow and who you want to be. And it's okay for you to pick who you want to be as well. Maybe you don't want to be the person that you are. You can pick who you want to be. Maybe you're an insecure person. Maybe you want to be more confident. Well, start looking up how to be more confident. Start telling yourself, I am confident. I can be confident. Confidence is mine. Confidence is mine. The Dreamer says, embrace your purpose, your true purpose. Begin a new adventure and trust yourself. There's a lot of faith going on here. I really feel like the only step you really need to do is say, I can do this. I literally can do this. I can do this. I am remarkable. I can do this. It could be as simple as the door is closed, but I don't know how to open it. And then you just walk up to it and you open it, you know? And I know that there's some, like, that's not as powerful as a metaphor, because maybe it's bigger than that. Maybe it's, I don't know how the heck I'm going to pay for college. What the heck am I going to do? It could just be simply applying to that college and looking for scholarships and applying to as many as you can. I don't know what other metaphors to give, but it's just as simple as saying, instead of, I don't know how this is going to happen, just applying yourself to it, okay? Just apply yourself to it. 9 of Spring says, protect the fruits of your labors. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead in environmental conservation. So this is a great time for you to renew your energy, rebuild your energy. Imagine that white light coming in from your crown chakra at the top of your head into the rest of your body. Imagine as you're showering, all of that energy that you just no longer resonate with just washing away from you. As you're gardening, allowing the plants to take in and almost what is it called, turn that energy into something else. What is it called when you throw out like all of your food into this bucket and then it regrows and all this? I don't know what it's called right now, but it's almost like allowing this energy to turn into something new, because energy is never really destroyed, but it can be turned into something else. So imagine that energy turning into something that you need right now. So if you see that insecure energy and you're like, okay, I'm very insecure, literally put confident energy into that insecurity and then transform it into something that most fits you at this time. If you know that a certain energy doesn't fit you, try to figure out what would fit you best and put that energy into it. And also, sometimes it's hard to see ourselves as worthy of that energy and the current person that we are right now. But what if you could look at yourself as a child and you put that love and that goodness into that child, and then imagine that inner child within you? That could be incredibly healing for you. Let's see what's here. 6 of Summer. Children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past. Remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. So you could be super stuck in the past right now. So let's say that the struggle that you're going through isn't truly present. It isn't currently present. Like, you're not going through it right in this moment, but you're reliving it over and over again, and you're giving more story to it, and you're giving more anger to it, more sadness to it, more whatever you're giving to it. It's almost making you doubt yourself and who you are today. So don't allow yourself to doubt the decisions that you made. Instead, just learn from them. If you feel that you made a bad decision, it's okay to say sorry. But if you feel like there were a lot of bad decisions made in a relationship, for example, and you both were giving bad decisions to that relationship, it was very toxic and it was very unhealthy, you can still apologize without feeling like, oh, I need to do this relationship all over again. If you feel that you want to do it all over again, okay, you know, but did you learn that you probably shouldn't be with that person anymore? For example, has this person been very honest with you, but you weren't receiving that honesty? Instead, you were saying, okay, maybe this can change over time. Sometimes that's not really good for us to say when someone's like, well, I don't really want to be with you. And then, this is just a metaphor. Well, I don't really want to be with you, but they want to spend time with you. So you're like, okay, so maybe they do want to be with me. And now you're coming up with all of these things that is feeding into that story. And it's like, but they said what they said. And you should take people for what they're saying, to be honest, especially when it's something that you don't want to hear. Take it as they're probably telling the truth, and you deserve better than that. So in this case, I really do feel like you have a tendency to look back on the past and even see things and be like, oh, I can change what someone else is saying about themselves or what someone else is putting out. I can change someone else. No, honey, the time is to change who you are and who you feel you are worthy of and who you feel you can be, okay? It's not the time to change anyone else. It's the time to change you. You can't change the past. You can't change Bob. You can't change John. You can't change Nessa. You can't change Julie. You can't change these people, okay? All you can change is you. And I know you feel like you're losing control. You don't have any control, but it's because you don't have control over yourself. So try to take more control of yourself. Help yourself out in that aspect. Spiritual teacher, you heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. You're going to be able to help people so much through the same situations, same circumstances, and you are such a powerful spiritual teacher, just naturally. So see if you can use some of those qualities to help yourself at this time. What would you be telling your client? What would you be telling your student? What would you be telling your friend at this time if they were going through a similar circumstance? Wouldn't you tell them they're worthy? You should be telling yourself the same thing. Clock, time, pressure, in a rush. You don't need to be in a rush. If you're in a rush to get married, or if you're in a rush to finish up your degree because Bob and Julie got their degree, like, dude, that's not your path. Like, it's okay that you don't have everything figured out. It's okay that you want to have everything figured out, but you don't. It's okay. It's okay. Tell yourself it's okay. I love myself where I am in this moment because I am worthy of it. Because I worked hard to get here. Because one of these days I prayed to be where I am today. Give yourself gratitude in this moment for who you are, because you are worthy of it. You're worthy of it, and you always have been. No one else has to tell you that. Bob and Julie don't have to tell you that. Who the hell is Bob and Julie? But Bob and Julie don't have to tell you that. You're already capable. Yourself, you're already capable. Take more accountability for giving yourself the advice that you need. Take more accountability for giving yourself the acknowledgement that you need at this time. That doesn't need to come from anyone else. If someone else opened your heart, if you feel someone else opened your heart, if you feel someone else helped you feel safe, you can also provide those same things to yourself. Learn from those experiences. Create a home within yourself. No one else needs to create a home
for you, you can create it for yourself. And I really hope this empowered you and helped you own your mastery, become the magician. You've got this. Definitely, I recommend for you affirmations. Affirmations could be incredibly healing for you specifically. I just feel like your personality is very much like Taurus, Virgo, even Leo. There could be some other signs in here, of course, but I'm really feeling like those heavy in this reading. So ground yourself, hun, and trust yourself, and know that no one else necessarily opened who you are. They may have put down a path and said, hey, why don't you come with me? But you decided to take those steps. So don't give someone all the credit for who you are today. You're remarkable. I love you so much. Make sure you go ahead and like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in another video. Group 3, lovely to see you. I'm so excited to get into your reading. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to get into your reading. You didn't get that many cards, so this should probably be pretty easy to read. And doesn't need to be that specific because you'll probably know exactly what I'm talking about. So there is something that you are aiming to do. Maybe something you apply to. Some of you may have applied for a leadership position at your job, or maybe some of you have applied to some type of promotion, or you're asking for something. Maybe some of you just applied to a new school, or maybe some of you want to be vice president of your organization. I'm not really sure exactly what it is, but there's a lot of you that need to trust that you are capable of leading. And trust that you can show others how it's done. Maybe you're even in a space that is very low vibe. Like you can feel the energy and you're like, oh, I'm so drained every time I come here. Oh my God. And you're like, I can't breathe when I'm in here. I can't breathe. I can't do this. It's overwhelming. It's stressful. But you have all the power you need to literally change the energy. What does this mean? What does this look like? This looks like changing your own energy, you know, taking accountability and saying, no one can take my joy away from me. I can only give it to them. So if there's someone that's super low vibrational that you come in contact with, and this is just a metaphor or an example for those of you that it doesn't resonate, try to figure out how it resonates to you. But let's say there's someone very low vibe in your area, in your home even, and you're just like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to be here. I don't want to breathe this air. It just feels so ugh. Try to figure out why your energy feels that it's not protected, that something can come in so easily like that. Why is this energy so easily able to, why are you so susceptible to it? Why are you so open to that energy that you don't want? Okay, so let's try to figure that out. Keep in mind that you can show people how it's done. It says lead the way. You can show people how it's done. You can show people that people can still be good people. You can show people that they are capable of being kind, even in the most nasty environments. Trying to get this to focus. Just trust that you can be the leader in an environment. You can be the strong energy in the environment. You already are the strong energy in an environment. I don't know if you know that or not. So if you are the strong energy in an environment and you become susceptible to the negative energy, imagine how much more negative it's going to feel. Now, I know that's a lot of responsibility, but you want to make sure you're protecting yourself. So make sure you're grounding and shielding yourself so that these energies that you don't want don't come into you. And let me try to see what that looks like in other circumstances. Let's say that this promotion that you applied to, people are like, okay, well, you just applied to, for example, a GS 15, but you're a GS 10 right now. Like, what are you doing? But you know that you qualify. You know that you have connections. You know that you've networked. You have to trust yourself. Don't let that one person that said, you're not going to get this, make you think that you can't even apply to it. You can apply to these things. You have every right to apply to these things. You have every single right. You've worked hard. You tried your best. If you can believe in yourself, you can get those opportunities. Even if you don't get the first one that you applied to, try again. Say thank you. Give gratitude that you even felt the courage It takes a lot of courage to apply to something 10 steps ahead of you. So give gratitude that you even took those 10 steps to apply yourself, to call, to reach out, to network. Give gratitude to yourself. Don't let anyone take that away from you. Honor the whisper of your soul. That is such a beautiful card. Stunning and beautiful card. I love this card so much. It almost looks like she's opening her heart up to the sun and she's letting all the light in. Let yourself do that as well. A really good practice for you could be to imagine a white light entering through your crown chakra, which is the top of your head, into the rest of your body, okay? This is going to clear out all of your chakras. I'm actually pretty surprised the selenite or the satin spar wasn't for this group, because this is very good for cleansing the chakras. This is very good for cleansing your energy as well. A lot of you, I'm feeling like you just need to protect your energy more. Like your energy isn't protected. And because you are so stunning, so beautiful, so unique looking, so unique acting, you are literally vibration in itself. And I know everyone is, but people see, feel, experience you when you're around. It's a very strong energy that you have, and people are just naturally drawn to you because of your strong, powerful, remarkable energy. And I feel like a lot of times people try to change that energy or try to tell you should carry a different energy. But hey, honey, you were drawn to me because of this energy. Don't try to change me, okay? Don't try to change me because you want to reap the benefits. So let me be who I am, you know? It's very exhausting when people are trying to tell you who you are. Don't let people try to change who you are. You know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, then maybe it's time to get that journal out and start writing down your values, what you believe in, and who your role models are even, and why they're your role models. Maybe it's time to re-identify who you are, and that's okay. It's beautiful, and it's okay, okay? So trust that you have this beautiful energy and that no one can take it away from you. It is already innate. It's almost like what you were already given. You were literally already given that. You were already given that. So trust it. Trust it, live it, experience it. And know that other people are experiencing it as well. Seven of Autumn. Seven of Autumn is such a stunning card. It says, have patience and do not worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time or money. So right now is not the time to invest in something extremely big, extremely like money consuming. It's the time to kind of like really take time to plan those next steps. And it's saying have patience. You know, don't worry. Things are going to be figured out. If you feel like you're coming up to the deadline, taking that rest could literally change what your ideas are. Taking that rest could literally tell you what step to do next, how to do something, what to invest in, where your money should go. So that rest and that fun is going to help you to make your next decision, and it's going to be a great decision. It's going to resonate best with you. Without you taking this rest, you're going to be super confused. You may be running on E lately, feeling drained, feeling like you don't have the energy to do things, but taking this rest is going to change everything. So make sure you're getting about 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And if you're not, try to incorporate naps into your day as well. And I know you may feel like, what the heck am I going to do with a nap? Like, what? Just try your best to at least incorporate some type of fun or some type of rest into your life. It's very important. It's very valuable. And it's going to help you make a great decision. The Magician, you can do anything. So take charge of your life and you can manifest what you need to be a success. So right now you're trying to also figure out how you're going to turn this point A into point B so that you feel like you succeed. For real, I can already feel how many things you have succeeded at, how many things you've tapped into, aced, did great, and then tapped into the next thing, did great, aced, and next, and then aced, and next, and then aced. Why don't you have faith in yourself? How can you be so well-rounded, literally a jack of all trades, but you actually feel that you're mastering nothing? That's crazy. I mean, that quote is not full, of course. There's a longer quote, like jack of all trades, master of none. But what is the rest of the quote? Here we go. I'm gonna have to look this up. But basically, you shouldn't feel like you're a master of none if you've literally mastered things, if you have learned things, if you've aced things, if you've done great.
Give yourself more credit. This is crazy. Like, I'm on my phone during a video. So unconventional. All right, so let's see. Jack of all trades. Full quote. Let's get this quote on for you so you know what the full quote is. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. So it is great to be well-rounded, of course. It really is great. I really don't like when people only say half of the quote, because I'm like, no, jack of all trades is really awesome because you're super resourceful, you're super awesome, and you can be in just about any environment. So for you, you are one of those people that can be in just about any environment and figure out your place and figure out what resources you have. You are a powerful presence to be with. This is the biggest message for the Sandpiper for you. You are a powerful presence, and I think that power scares you. I think that power is terrifying to you because you don't know if most people have that. It's almost like someone who's psychic, me for example. I was uncomfortable using my psychic abilities, even though they were natural, and it wasn't like I was purposely using them all the time. It's just natural for me. I was very scared of those abilities to see the future. But it's the only reason I was scared was because I wasn't seeing the opportunity in it. I wasn't seeing that when I was having a dream about I don't know, like if I saw something bad, like, oh, someone's cheating on this person, I would be very super terrified and be like, I don't want this gift, like I don't want to know this stuff. But I didn't see it as an opportunity for that person to get the freedom that they deserved and that they desired. Maybe that was the one thing that they needed to know so that they could take the next step. I rarely saw my gift when I was much younger. I didn't even think of it as psychic, but when I was much younger, I rarely saw it as an opportunity for people or for myself. And right now, you're being asked to see your gifts, your potential, your jack of all trades to be an opportunity. An opportunity, literally an opportunity. You have all these embedded gifts. Use them to your ability. Sometimes I feel like this group often tries to learn the next thing over and over again, but what if you can use all the things you've already learned to what you need to create? You are already well equipped, and I feel like you continue to feel, I don't have everything that I need. I am not everything that I need to be for this. Just do it. Just do it. You have a business idea, just do it. Just do it. Be invested in it, love it, write it out, do it. The business plan doesn't have to be perfect, but maybe you just need to write it. The suite doesn't need to have every single thing that you want to have in the end goal. Just start small and keep aiming for big, okay? You do not have every single thing, and that is okay. You're not going to even know what you need until you start. So everything that you think you need, most of that stuff that you think you need is probably for show, to be honest. Like if you feel like, oh, I need to get a suite, and the suite needs to have luxury chairs in it, and it needs to have this and that. Maybe it doesn't. We need to get clients first. We need to get clients so that we can afford to also buy these luxury things. And trust me, your clients are going to love that you're growing. They're going to love that you're growing. And they're going to love watching you grow because it makes it feel so much more personal. This is just a metaphor and an example for those of you that it doesn't resonate. But it is okay. Overall, it's okay to start small and then get bigger. Okay? You don't have to have everything together. You don't have to have everything together. I'm going to tell you again. Don't have to have everything together. Just start. Just start. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. Okay? So find some creative hobby almost like that you can do to help you ground yourself. It seems that your sacral chakra is having a difficult time coming up with new ideas because you are not allowing the ideas that you're having to come to the surface. You're having a lot of ideas, but you're not putting them to action, and your sacral chakra doesn't feel heard out. It doesn't feel like, oh, this serves a purpose. It feels like it's kind of not being wasted, but just not being heard. And have you ever not been heard? It's not fun. It's not fun at all. It makes you feel super closed out and like you just don't want to express anything ever again. So try to hear out your sacral chakra and what it's asking you to do. And this could also be in the form of if you have this business idea and you keep holding off on it and you keep saying, well, I need to do this. It's almost like self-sabotage. It's almost like imposter syndrome.
And you're not an imposter. You never have been. No one is an imposter. No one is necessarily an imposter if they can believe in themselves and they can actually do it. Okay? So go ahead and just do it. Like, you've already shown yourself you're good at this. You're great at this. You love it. Just loving something alone makes you not an imposter. Okay? So do it. Once again, create this thing. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. You have this. Honor the whisper of your soul. Honor the whisper of your soul. This is a calling that you have. Don't ignore it. Your sacral chakra is asking, begging to be heard. Know that you are a magnetic soul. Know that you are a loving soul and that you attract great things. Trust that process. You've got this. Have patience. Don't worry. Take time to rest so that you can plan your next steps. You cannot plan these next steps and make them remarkable unless you're getting the rest that you need. So feed yourself properly, nourish your mind, body, and spirit. Do those little mini meditations that you need just so that you can clear your mind. Go work out if you feel that you need to. Do whatever you need to while making it happen. Stop waiting until you're done with this, that, and the third to take that next step. Take some rest. Plan your next steps. Do it. Okay? And I love you so much. Once again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to comment below if this really resonated with you and let us know what you're doing so that we can support you. And I love you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.